Fortunately, the small map was well equipped. He searched only one trench in the ditch and found an AK rifle, paired with a level 1 helmet and armor. Even though he lacked a scope, Jiang Siming didn't care. He ran out of the trench, ready to kill. The first enemy he encountered had just finished searching. The dark-faced man seemed delighted with the loot he found, imagining himself in a thrilling combat scene. Arriving just in time, "Let me show you what I'm capable of," Jiang Siming said. The dark-faced man, unaware that death was approaching, aimed his gun full of fighting spirit as he met Jiang Siming. To his surprise, before he could even pull the trigger, a bullet from Jiang Siming's AK took him out. It was a single shot, effortless and casual. Looking at the ground, there were no scraps. Jiang Siming picked up some ammo and took his armor, which was in good condition. Continuing the search for enemies, as soon as he stepped out of the trench, there was the sound of an M4 from the central building. Someone was already ambushed there. Jiang Siming took 2 shots, but, with his armor, didn't lose much health. There was no panic. He turned back and quickly eliminated the ambusher at the window with a headshot. Ding! A bright light flashed. A white-colored fragment shone from the window. Jiang Siming was delighted. He rushed upstairs and picked up the white fragment. Picked up Parachute Mastery 1. 1 first, fragment count is full. Can be used directly. Great! A pillow arrives when he's about to doze off. But before he could fully celebrate, while he was stunned looking at the fragment, someone sneaked in and attacked him, leaving him lying in a pool of blood. Jiang Siming wasn't upset. He happily clicked to start another round. Back in the small map, without hesitation, he continued to jump toward the boot camp. Novel.com. This time, being proficient in parachuting, he was 3 seconds faster than the fastest passerby. On average, he was about 5 seconds faster than others. This discovery thrilled Jiang Siming. 5 seconds. That was enough time for him to do many things. The fastest passerby landed at the same target as Jiang Siming and was nearly scared out of their wits when they saw him. WRND. How did this person parachute so fast? Renowned Tiger Teeth streamer, Dragonwind, looked at Jiang Siming on the screen and even swore. As soon as he landed, a barrage of bullets turned him into a square-shaped box. Player Ming used QBZ to kill player P_Alphon. Wow, what's up with this guy? Pa uting so fast. I barely landed, and he's already picked up a gun and loaded it. How is this fair? Though he complained, he had to exit the game and start over. This round was not a good gaming experience. With the parachute mastery talent, Jiang Siming felt right at home. Taking down the second group that landed, Jiang Siming glanced up and noticed many parachuters looking adorable and cute. Without hesitation, Jiang Siming aimed his gun towards the sky and started shooting down these birds. Player Ming, use QBZ to kill player Skitty_Faker. Player Ming, use QBZ to kill player 90 Show. Player Ming, use QBZ to kill player Shishalani. After shooting down 3 birds in a row within 10 meters above him, there were no more beings in the sky. Haha, this is just too much fun. For someone like Jiang Siming with exceptional marksmanship, fast parachuting was like driving a sports car with nitrous, an invincible combo. After emptying 30 rounds of bullets and everyone in the sky landing, Jiang Siming resumed searching on the rooftop. The reason many people jump to the central point is because it's lucrative. Just a quick search around, and Jiang Siming already found a level 2 helmet, armor, a fully equipped QBZ, and an AK. Despite having a sniper, Jiang Siming wasn't particularly skilled with it. In terms of sniping, he only used the 98K and preferred having 2 rifles instead. With ample equipment, Jiang Siming had no intention to keep searching. His focus was on slaughter. As he ascended to the rooftop, Jiang Siming spotted a black girl next to a low-rise building, engrossed in looting. Suddenly, gunshots rang out, and within half a second, she received at least 8 shots in her backside. Shortly after, she fell dead without even seeing her assailant's face. That's a bit macabre. Next time, he'd better find a different place to fight. The gunfire also revealed Jiang Siming's location. A player with a sniper rifle was hiding on top of a 3-story cement structure, shooting back at Jiang Siming. Taking a hit, Jiang Siming immediately identified the opponent's position, turned his gun, and aimed through the scope. The 6-fold flash at the muzzle of the QBZ sparkled. Despite the 50-meter distance, the bullets converged into a single point, cleanly executing the sniper. 6x aiming. For Jiang Siming, this was effortless. He could even handle the AK with a 6x scope without any difficulty. Killing the second, without even losing any health, Jiang Siming continued searching for others. Bold and arrogant, Jiang Siming held 2 rifles like hellish messengers of death. Every shot fired meant a head dropped. This round's boot camp had become a purgatory, quickly devoid of other survivors. In the boot camp, a white light, a green light, and a golden light appeared, making Jiang Siming ecstatic. Picked up, reaction speed talent, 1/4. The number of fragments is not full, cannot be used temporarily. Picked up when 94 mastery 1/1. The number of fragments is full, can be used directly. Picked up 10,000 credit 1/1. The number of fragments is full, can be used directly. One was the win 94 mastery, an ignored sniper rifle. The other, the reaction speed talent, a green fragment, required 4 pieces to synthesize, something Jiang Siming couldn't use at the moment. However, when he gathered enough, Jiang Siming believed his skills would certainly improve. Many times, Jiang Siming died because he was ambushed, couldn't react in time, regretting his demise. His gaming reaction speed was average, but with enhancement, Jiang Siming believed his chance of winning would double. Jiang Siming noticed that most white fragments were skill-based, while gold ones were monetary, which was more common. Rarer were the green ones like reaction talent, and the purple ones like primary gene potion. Coming out of the boot camp, Jiang Siming was as rich as a landlord's silly son. This round was lucky. He didn't encounter tricky opponents and eventually won the chicken dinner. 18 kills. After the chicken dinner, he got another reaction speed talent, green fragment, and happily started the next round. The entire night, Jiang Siming was buried in various maps of PUBG. Almost like being enchanted. In nearly 10 games, he managed to win in half of them. Aside from being ambushed, only the circle of poison, being besieged, or poor vision resulting in not seeing opponents led to Jiang Siming's death. Throughout the night, Jiang Siming won a total of 9 chicken dinners. He obtained 3 white fragments, for gold fragments, 1 red fragment, and 1 green fragment. All the gold fragments were money, totaling 10,000 credits. The white fragments were mastery of all PUBG maps, grenade mastery, fist mastery, and SKS mastery, all game skills. The green one was still reaction speed talent, and Jiang Siming had 3 pieces, only lacking the last one. The last one was a red fragment. The first time it appeared, surprisingly, it was vocal talent, but this piece required 5 to unlock. In summary, Jiang Siming had a fruitful night. Moreover, after the genetic potion modification, Jiang Siming's physical condition was excellent. Even if he stayed up all night, he remained energetic. While hesitating whether to sleep or continue gaming, Jiang Siming heard a knock at the door from outside. Jiang Siming stood up and ran to open the door. A slender figure stood at the door. The appearance made Jiang Siming's eyes light up, as if seeing the girl next door described in a novel. Her appearance did not belong to the stunning type, but it was very pleasant to look at. A face full of collagen, lightly colored eyebrows showing a natural crescent shape. Clear eyes, lips without lipstick but with a hint of light pink, tender like new shoots. The hairstyle is a simple bob, very short, only reaching the neck. The hair buns on both sides are combed behind the ears, revealing a white neck and elastic ears. The figure is small, not tall, only about 1.65 meters, but full of vitality. This kind of girl only appeared in the high school classroom, the fantasy of first love in novels and comics. Jiang Siming felt that she was enough to surpass Shunjiai in the movie You Are the Apple of My Eye. If she came to film, she would be at least 10 times more beautiful than Shinyanshi. The girl carried a large guitar on her back and dragged 2 heavy suitcases in her hand. Before Jiang Siming opened the door, the girl was still whispering with the landlady Luo Jia. Any landlady, let's agree in advance. I haven't decided on this room yet. If my neighbor is too, that, I will consider changing places. Rest assured, girl, Annie won't deceive you. This young man has been living with me for more than a year. He is very nice. Several tenants who shared a room with him have praised him. Snap! The door opened, and the 2 people's conversation ended here. The girl looked up at Jiang Siming, and in an instant, the psychological defense she had built collapsed. How can this guy be so handsome? A slight blush appeared on the fair face of the girl. No one doesn't love beauty. Men like beautiful women, and women also like good-looking men. This principle is universally applicable, but everyone's attitude towards appearance is different. Some belong to the level of obsessive appearance association, as long as the other party looks good. Any other factor of this person, even if the character is bad, can be ignored, and they are willing to be a skydog. But this girl is not like that. In fact, she is indifferent to looks. It's just that Jiang Siming's appearance far exceeds the highest appearance she has ever seen, so it triggers a blush and heartbeat that has never appeared before, and she loses her composure. Are you the new tenant? Jiang Siming finished examining the girl and asked. The girl nodded, saying, yes. Then please come in. Annie Luo should have mentioned to you about being my neighbor and the conditions I set before renting, so I hope you don't mind. Jiang Siming straightforwardly spoke. Although the girl looked pleasing and somewhat familiar, He didn't know her personality, so he chose to address everything. "It's all right, go ahead," the girl replied, quite understanding and even a bit happy. She was more afraid that Jiang Siming would be indifferent and messy, indicating that he wouldn't care. "It's not a big deal. First, cleanliness is important. I won't interfere with your bedroom, but the living room and bathroom need to be kept tidy. We'll take turns cleaning, and please keep your personal items organized." "Sure, no problem. I'm new here, so I'll take care of the cleaning for the first month." The girl generously took charge of housework, and Jiang Siming didn't refuse, considering it as a test. Secondly, unless absolutely necessary, no bringing strangers into the house. If it's necessary, we need to get the other person's consent. I'll do the same. All right. Jiang Siming disliked tenants who liked to bring in a bunch of friends, making the house chaotic, even if he lived in someone else's place. No problem. Lastly, no loud disturbances that affect others' rest. This point made the girl a bit hesitant. She cautiously asked, "I'm studying music and practice guitar and singing in the house." As if afraid Jiang Siming would be unhappy, the girl immediately added, "But don't worry, I'll definitely keep the volume down. I won't play after midnight." Understanding, Jiang Siming agreed with a nod. Then he briefly showed the girl around the house. Although Jiang Siming was not obsessive about cleanliness, he paid attention to basic hygiene. After the inspection, the girl was very satisfied. She happily signed the contract, and Annie Luo, content with the money, left. Now only the girl and Jiang Siming were left in the house. "How much is your rent with Aunt Luo?" Jiang Siming asked after seeing the girl give Sister Luo a considerable amount of cash. 3,500 a month. I paid for 3 months, the girl obediently answered. Jiang Siming rolled his eyes, already knowing this bloodsucker's nature. "What's wrong? Is something not right?" The girl looked puzzled at Jiang Siming's expression. "My rent is 2,000 a month." "Wow, that's so much cheaper." The girl showed a distressed expression, but after a few seconds, she put on a smile. "Never mind, consider it a lesson learned. Sometimes, spending money brings fortune." Defeated by the girl's optimistic spirit, Jiang Siming didn't say anything. He just nodded politely and offered, "You have so many things. Need any help?" No, I can manage on my own." Jiang Siming nodded and turned to go back to his room for some rest. "Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Wang Sini, a junior at the Shanghai Conservatory of Music. And you?" The girl spoke from behind. "I'm Jiang Siming, graduated from Fudan University 3 years ago, currently unemployed." "Wow, Fudan University. It's near my school. I always want to get in, but my grades were too bad. Can I call you senior brother in the future?" "Sure. Thanks, senior brother." Jiang Siming returned to his room, shut down his computer, and went to sleep. When he woke up, it was already dark outside. Jiang Siming's stomach growled. He had intended to order takeout, but the sounds of cooking and women chatting in the kitchen piqued his curiosity. Perplexed, Jiang Siming opened the door and walked out. In the kitchen, he found 2 figures. One was the new tenant, Wang Sini, and the other was an unfamiliar woman. "Sini, I really can't rest easy with you living here alone. Besides, your neighbor is a man. You're so pretty. What if he has some evil thoughts?" "Cousin, you're too imaginative. He's a Fudan University graduate and seems like a good guy, very disciplined." "Disciplined? He's been sleeping until now." "Well, that's his personal matter. Don't worry about it, cousin." "Oh, by the way, what does he look like?" He's okay, quite handsome, I guess." Feeling a bit guilty. Cough, cough. Jiang Siming coughed twice, startling the 2 girls who turned around. Wang Sini's face instantly turned as red as a burning fire, and the spoon held above the pot of dishes almost spilled. "Brother, sorry if we disturbed your sleep. It's like this is my cousin. She came to see me today. I want to greet you, but when I knocked on the door, you didn't wake up, so..." Wang Sini was afraid that Jiang Siming would be angry, so she quickly explained. Leaning against the kitchen door, Jiang Siming smiled and said, "It's okay, I overslept. My bad." You 2 continue chatting. "Brother, haven't you eaten yet? I made a lot of food. Join us," Wang Sini said expectantly. "Yeah, sir, we were just about to make it and call you. My sister will be living here in the future, so we'll rely on you a lot. Let's have a meal together." Wang Sini's cousin also extended the invitation, feeling embarrassed about the earlier suspicion of Jiang Siming. Jiang Siming, who originally wanted to refuse, saw Wang Sini's eyes full of expectation and reluctantly nodded in agreement. "I can eat, but after eating, I'll clean up. Any objections?" The 2 girls exchanged glances, both happily nodding. They respected each other and didn't want to reject their kindness. They were also willing to take on household chores. Wang Sini's cousin felt more at ease. It seemed that her sister's neighbor was reliable. In the evening, Jiang Siming had dinner with Wang Sini and her cousin. Wang Sini mostly cooked, and her cousin helped a bit. The food was delicious. Jiang Siming didn't expect Wang Sini to be so skilled. The sweet and sour spare ribs and corn soup were exceptionally tasty. With a hearty appetite, he ate 3 large bowls of rice. Fortunately, Wang Sini cooked too much, or the 3 of them might not have had enough. After dinner, Jiang Siming cleaned the dishes and wiped the table. The 2 girls wanted to help, but were cruelly rejected. Wang Sini's cousin stayed for a while, reminding Wang Sini a bit, and then went back. Wang Sini said goodnight to Jiang Siming and went back to her room. Jiang Siming returned to his own bedroom, opened the computer, and continued to fight in the world of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG, after being well fed and watered. He was quite satisfied with earning 120,000 credit in one night. However, he was still considering whether to leverage his gaming skills. Since he was already good at playing PUBG, why not become a streamer or do some game companionship to make extra money? Money is something everyone can use. As for becoming a streamer, Jiang Siming hasn't thought much about it. He lacks experience in live broadcasting, has no popularity, and lacks distinctive talents. Although his PUBG skills are strong now, live streaming is not just about skills. Viewers may not necessarily be interested. The live broadcast platform is very competitive, and starting as a small streamer, even if he becomes popular, he might still be exploited by the platform. Moreover, he doesn't even have the necessary equipment for live broadcasting. That's something to consider later. Being a game companion is different. It brings in money quickly, gets paid hourly, and doesn't have many concerns. Plus, he has voice acting skills. Being a game companion is essentially a job he's confident in. Therefore, Jiang Siming logged into the popular gaming companion app called Bixingwo Paywan, registered an account, and applied to become a game companion with the ID Ming. As for the profile picture, Jiang Siming didn't plan to show his face. He sells his voice, not his appearance. So, he casually used a cartoon image of Crayon Shin-chan as his profile picture. After uploading his identification information and applying for the gaming companion service, Jiang Siming had to wait for the result. The efficiency of Bixingwo was high. Immediately, a customer service representative with a sweet voice contacted Jiang Siming. Indeed, game companions mostly relied on their voices for a living. Even an ordinary customer service voice sounded quite pleasant. "Hello, is this Mr. Ming, the one applying for the gaming companion service?" The young lady on the other end inquired. "Yes, is there anything you need to confirm?" Jiang Siming replied. There was a brief pause on the other end of the computer, and after about 3 seconds, the voice resumed. "Sorry for zoning out. So, Mr. Ming, we need to verify your basic information. Will your gaming companion services only be for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG? Yes, is there a problem? Well, your voice is very pleasant. I suggest you expand into other services, such as other games, especially chatting services. It will be very promising." The earlier pause was because the customer service lady was captivated by Jiang Siming's voice. As a customer service representative at Bixingwo, she had heard countless pleasant male voices of various types. But Jiang Siming's voice set a new benchmark for pleasant. So, she kindly suggested, aiming to deepen a positive impression and maybe make a new friend. "No need, I'll stick to gaming for PUBG only," Jiang Siming firmly declined. "Ah, that's fine. But Mr. Ming, your PUBG ID shows a score of only 1500 with a KDA of 3.0. With this score, you can only handle low-end services. You'll have to start from there," the customer service representative reminded him. "What are the benefits for low-end services?" "Usually, it's 20 credit per hour, and the platform takes a 40% fee. A bit low." Jiang Siming hesitated. Hearing Jiang Siming's silence, the customer service lady kindly suggested again. "Mr. Ming, your game score determines your companion level. I can't change that. However, if you're willing to accept other services like chatting, I could take the liberty of upgrading you to a gold-level service and immediately provide you with a recommendation. What do you think?" Jiang Siming's voice was truly charming. The customer service lady knew that a voice like his, if used for chatting, would be extremely popular. Female clients would definitely fight over his orders. Even if she took the liberty to make this decision, the management wouldn't blame her. The customer service lady waited eagerly for what felt like an eternity, and Jiang Siming's voice sounded again. "No need. I'll start with low-end services. I'll only take gaming companionship for PUBG." Hearing Jiang Siming's persistence, the customer service lady had no choice. She proceeded to verify Jiang Siming's information and submitted the request. As a favor, she also secured a recommendation spot for Jiang Siming. Although the position was not prominent, the fact that Jiang Siming's data qualified for a recommendation was already against the rules. "Thank you." Jiang Siming expressed gratitude, aware that the representative was helping him. "No worries, I really like your voice. If I need a gaming companion in the future, I hope you'll take my orders," the playful customer service lady said. "Sure, your first order won't have a fee," Jiang Siming replied with a smile. After ending the conversation with the customer service lady, Jiang Siming resumed his focus on the game. Since no one had accepted his orders, he had to play solo for now. Meanwhile, in the Douyu platform's thriving PUBG live broadcast category, two female PUBG stars were vying for top spots, Dumb Little Sister and Little Tuanchuan. Recently, Little Tuanchuan's live broadcast hasn't been good. The main reason is that there are no new broadcast effects, and the old ones have made the audience feel bored. It's not that bad, but the content of solo broadcast is somewhat empty. She needs a partner to create a fresh program atmosphere. Before, she invited many viewers, but unfortunately, none of them satisfied her. Some had unpleasant voices, some had poor skills, and some were too nervous to speak during the live broadcast. Then she found a male streamer named Chun Sogu to duo with, but he always treated her with ulterior motives. He always tried to get closer to her and pursued her. Even her fans in the live broadcast room were led by him, constantly suggesting they should be together, making Tuanchuan annoyed. Yesterday, she was even coerced by Chun Sogu to confess to her seemingly following the request of fans, which made her feel embarrassed, and it ended without anything concrete. So today, she decided not to find Chun Sogu. Instead, she planned to try finding a boy or girl to accompany her and see how it goes. Tuanchuan, Chun Sogu is live too. Quickly invite him. Did you agree to his confession last night? Chun Sogu is such a good person and so considerate to you. Are you even human if you don't agree? I'm a girl, and I would definitely accept Chun Sogu's confession. Chun Sogu is already waiting for you. He said he has a surprise for you today. Seeing the barrage of comments, Tuanchuan not only didn't develop good feelings, but became even more resistant. Suppressing her emotions, Tuanchuan smiled and said to the audience, "Today, we won't be pairing up with Chun Sogu. Today, I plan to find a boy from the companionship service." Really? How will Chun Sogu feel? Are you trying to deceive Chun Sogu by looking for someone else? Are you putting a hat on him? Chun Sogu's fans get lost. Tuanchuan didn't agree to be his girlfriend. Yeah, Chun Sogu's fans make me feel disgusted. Support Tuanchuan. Ha, women. Reading these comments, Tuanchuan felt so wronged that she wanted to cry. She never accepted Chun Sogu's confession, and even out of consideration for his dignity, she sincerely told him after the broadcast that she wasn't interested in him. She never expected his fans to be so extreme. Although it was the fans who said it, if Chun Sogu himself could publicly state that their relationship was innocent, why would the fans be so easily influenced? Moreover, Chun Sogu treated her confession as if he hadn't heard it, never publicly acknowledged it, and even intensified his pursuit. Ignoring the rhythm of the barrage, Little Tuanchuan began to screen companionship candidates on the app. There were many people looking for high-level companionship, which surprised her because there was a long wait. She had to settle for lower-level ones. When she scrolled through the recommended page and found a male companion, she was a bit surprised. The opponent's score is only 1,500, and they haven't taken a single order yet, but they miraculously appeared on the recommended page. The information provided in the order states, companion for chicken dinner business, 40% chicken dinner rate. In other words, they claim they can get 4 chicken dinners out of 10 matches. Even professional gamers wouldn't have such confidence when talking about fishing in a fish pond. Tuanchuan didn't believe this at all and wanted to skip this bragger. However, there was a comment from a customer service representative below the order. It said, "I personally confirm that the owner of this order has a melodious voice and absolute auditory pleasure." Tuanchuan knew this customer service representative as a top-rated one on the app, highly recommended for companionship services and very well liked by customers, boasting a great reputation. The fact that this representative gave such a high evaluation made Little Tuanchuan a bit intrigued. "All right, let me try it for an hour. If it's not good, I'll change it right away. It's only 20 credit anyway." Thinking this, Tuanchuan placed an order with Jiang Siming and also gave him a YY channel number. Not long after, an account named Ming walked into her live broadcast room. "Hello, are you the lady named Tina who just placed an order?" Tina is Tuanchuan's nickname on the app. The moment Tuanchuan and the audience heard Jiang Siming's voice, they were mesmerized. This kind of voice, as if wrapped in warmth, was magnetic and captivated a large number of viewers and Tuanchuan herself. Wow, how can this voice be so melodious? Is it a voice changer? I've never heard a voice changer sound so pleasant. Wow, I'm in love. Why does this voice sound a bit familiar? It's like the voice of little Dairen's dream lover. It does sound a bit like that. I watched that live broadcast that day. Tuanchuan didn't see the later barrage. Actually, she didn't see the ones before either. Her mind was a bit flustered by the captivating voice, and she forgot what to do next. Hello, are you the companion named Ming?" Tuanchuan found herself stuttering a bit. Was it because she'd been making too many pig noises lately, and her voice was hoarse? "Yes, thank you for selecting my order. If you have any requests for companionship, Feel free to ask, and I'll try to accommodate. Jiang Siming didn't know if companionship was done this way, but he just said it. Can I ask you a few questions? You can, but nothing about privacy. Is your voice real, or are you using a sound card? It's real. My computer's sound card is the default one, never changed. One last question. Can you really get 4 chicken dinners out of 10 games? I don't expect 4, even 1 is fine. Can you do it? Yes. It'll be a 2,000-point match. I'll give you a secondary account. That's also fine. Then it's settled. Let's begin. With each answer Jiang Siming gave, Tuanchuan's heart would skip a beat. This voice was just so soothing and pleasant. Tuanchuan gave Jiang Siming an account for chicken dinners with a score of 2,100. Having a score of 2,000 is already quite high, and most of the people you match with might not all be experts, but they definitely know how to play. After logging into the account provided by the other person, Jiang Siming accepted Tuanchuan's invitation. At the moment, Jiang Siming had no clue about the other person's identity or that they were live streaming, because every time Tuanchuan spoke to him, it was through text. He had no way of knowing. Simultaneously, he clicked on Start Game. Roar! The chicken dinner journey officially begins. For those new to the live stream, I'll introduce again. Playing alongside me is a companion I found through Byexin, Tuanchuan's chosen gaming partner. His voice is incredibly pleasing to the ears. Ladies, get ready to scream, and gentlemen, feel free to be envious. Huh? Oh no, Chin Sigu is crying. Siga knows you've abandoned him and is crying in the live stream. Tuanchuan, you made our Siga cry. You have to take responsibility. Why look for companionship elsewhere? These people who rely solely on their voice and have no substance in real life are useless. Chapter 15. Very mischievous gaming partner. The chat rhythm started again, but Tuanchuan, who already knew the tricks of live streaming, restrained herself from paying attention. Let me reiterate, Chin Sigu and I are just friends. Don't overthink it. The plane's taking off. Parachute time. After saying this, Tuanchuan temporarily ignored the barrage and asked Jiang Siming where to jump. Originally planning to mark a hot drop location, Jiang Siming noticed a green flickering spot in the wilderness on the map. Surprised, he marked that spot, although it was a full grid away from the flight path. Seeing Jiang Siming's mark, Tuanchuan felt despair inside. Why would he mark such a spot? He's even more cautious than I am. The audience laughed. Haha, someone who marks such a spot dares to call themselves a pro with 10 games and 4 chickens. Too funny, this guy's voice is so pleasing, yet he's so timid. I, as a girl, wouldn't even jump in such a place. Waiting for the box drop. Should cancel the order, this guy's too cautious. Can't stand it. Better off finding Chin Sigu. Despite not wanting to land there, Tuanchuan chose to respect Jiang Siming. The main reason she chose Jiang Siming was his voice. She never really believed in his gaming skills from the start. Both parachuted and landed at their destination. Strangely, Tuanchuan noticed that Jiang Siming landed several seconds faster than her. When she landed, Jiang Siming had already looted an entire building. Did I not pay attention and free fell right after pulling my parachute? Must be it. Without dwelling on it, Tuanchuan began looting too. Picked up reaction speed talent, shard 1 4/4. Shard quantity reached max. Can be used directly. Great. Finally got a full set. Use. Jiang Siming finally acquired the reaction talent he had been waiting for. A surge of warmth flowed through his body and mind. An indescribable sensation enveloped him. Jiang Siming felt that before, he couldn't even complete a simple whack-a-mole game. But now, he could probably smash any gaming console if he played. The wilderness was quickly searched. Both had poor gear. Tuanchuan didn't even have a helmet. Jiang Siming, noticing the gesture, knew Tuanchuan was just accommodating him, so he dropped his level 1 helmet for her. No, you use it. It's not much use to me since my skills aren't that good. Tuanchuan kindly declined. However, Jiang Siming was more firm in his refusal, replying, I don't need it either. No one can hit my head. You keep it. If I need it, I'll take it off someone else's body. Although your voice is pleasant, you can't brag like this. Tuanchuan couldn't help but comment. Jiang Siming didn't argue, just smiled and continued on their way. This attitude was quite satisfactory for Tuanchuan. Despite his bragging, he didn't argue, accepting her education humbly, which was quite okay. With her impression slightly changed, Tuanchuan started chatting with Jiang Siming. Hey, where are you from? Yunnan. Wow. The city of travel. Is it far from Lijiang or Dali? It's quite far. My hometown is in a remote town, but the scenery is as good as Dali and Lijiang. Are you single? After saying this, Tuanchuan felt a bit embarrassed, wondering why she suddenly asked this. I've just ended a 6-month single life recently, Jiang Siming replied. Wow, a guy with such a nice voice isn't single? So sad, Sop. Who'd have such a boyfriend? Wouldn't your ears get pregnant every day? Haha, as long as he's not single, my buddy Sigu still has a chance. Tuanchuan, give up. He's already taken. Just as Tuanchuan thought that way, Jiang Siming added, I'm now starting the second half of the year. Haha, this move. Recently ended a 6-month single life, and now starting the second half, haha. What a line. Such a tease. Learning something new here, gonna post it on my socials, hee. Even Tuanchuan found Jiang Siming's words amusing. She had thought he was a serious and dull person. Do you know what kind of guys I like? Deciding to tease him a bit, assuming he wouldn't know, she planned to make a joke. But unexpectedly, Jiang Siming replied in a cute way that left her stunned. I dare not ask because I'm afraid I might meet all the criteria. What? This sudden flirtation, combined with a charming voice, made Tuanchuan admit she was blushing. The livestream room instantly buzzed with excitement. Wow, throwing out jokes effortlessly? Impressive. Haha, trying to flirt but getting flirted back. Tuanchuan, you're not holding up. Little guy is so playful. Love it, sob sob. If Chin Sigu had this wit, he'd have already won his beloved. Laughing so hard, I slapped my Bentley and 4 non-fu batteries popped out. Feels like Chun Sig is in trouble. This gaming partner has got some skills. The barrage suddenly returned to the main theme due to Jiang Siming's 2 sentences, something Tuanchuan hadn't expected. This gaming partner is quite good. Apart from not having seen his gaming skills yet, everything else perfectly meets her requirements. Tuanchuan decided that if he continued like this, she would be willing to play games with him, even if his gaming skills were not top-notch. To keep things going, she wanted to continue exchanging jokes with Jiang Siming. However, she couldn't think of anything funny. Just as she was about to say something, Jiang Siming interrupted her. To the northeast, 130 degrees, I see someone. Enemy spotted. Tuanchuan temporarily abandoned her plan to entertain everyone and focused on the game. Indeed, in a half-finished building in the northeast direction, 2 sneaky figures were hopping around searching for items. Sure, don't shoot. Let's sneak over. Don't shoot. Quietly enter the village, understand? Tuanchuan lowered her voice, as if speaking loudly would let the other side hear. Although Jiang Siming initially wanted to shoot directly, he remembered the customer aspect and agreed, considering the client's gaming experience. The 2 stealthily approached the building with people. Midway, Jiang Siming was startled not by the enemies noticing him, but by the female client, who was overly alarmed. After walking a few steps, she immediately shouted for Jiang Siming to crouch down. All these surprises made Jiang Siming feel quite painful. Finally, the 2 approached closer, crouching on the left and right sides of a wall. Someone has come out. I'll take him down. Don't move. Cover the right side, Tuanchuan commanded. She was used to these sneaky tactics. Okay, Jiang Siming replied, showing good cooperation and remaining still.